Alright, here we are. We are back. Last time, we went to Fireland over here. Ah, shit, I forgot to get that piece. Whatever, I'll get it once I have flying. We went to the Fire Coliseum section of this Memory Amusement Park and found Kryle's parents, where they told us a little bit about their history and the history of their people, who it seems would be... So it seems like what happened was the people of the South Isles on Aetheris were brought to, or had a calamity, a disaster of ice, the fifth Umbral Calamity, and to escape it, used a relic of their people to plane shift to this world, the world that Sphene is from. Because in Aetheris, we have records that during the unending Ice Age, which happened during the fifth Umbral Calamity, the people of the South Isles were mostly or completely disappeared. There's no trace of them whatsoever. And the Arcanima that they're using, so scholars, summoners, arcanists, the Arcanima that they're using is like basically the same thing with like very little deviation, which would imply that it's like, oh, these are the guys from these are the same people who developed this magic 1,000 years ago. All right, people are doing hunt trains, but sorry. Raid time. Oh my god. Oh my god. There are far more than I thought there would be. Oh, and they hit like a truck. What the fuck? Yeah, I am swapping to warrior for this. Jesus. If I even survive, Jesus. Why do they deal so much damage? Oh no! Oh my god. What the fuck? Wasn't expecting that. And now by the time I get there, I bet other people will have jumped in and finished the fate for me. Whoa. Got greedy, I guess. The hell happened there? Yeah, it's already done. I didn't get clearance. Wow. Huh. More than... Damn. Alright, well. Back to Bard. I feel like it's not like I have terrible gear for level 90, 99. As far as I can tell, we still have some leeway with the Meso Terminal. Meaning you can carry on getting to know the Endless in the last zone. Wind's Path Gardens, it's called, and it's breathtakingly beautiful. That's where your memories are stored, yes? That's right. Left it for last so I could guide you for as long as possible. Very thoughtful of me, yes? Oh, a great idea just occurred to me. What might that be? I'll save it for after we've arrived on the other side. See you there. Her great ideas are generally less than great. Hey, Erinville? As much as I want to grant your mother her wish, I also want to respect yours. When all's said and done, I want you to be happy. I hope you know this. I know. I know. Kafkiwa isn't his only mother. Isn't only his mother. She's his mentor as well. That can only make it harder for him to say goodbye. Let's go. For now, we keep doing what we've been doing. Seeking out Endless and learning what's dear to them. Error. Verification initialized. User registration confirmed. Greetings and welcome to Windspath Gardens, the sanctuary of exploration and discovery. The marvels of the natural world await you. Damn, those are... I feel like these ziplines are giving us hard landings.
If I could have everyone's attention, I know we have pressing business, but I'd like to say a few words. Before I died, I had 2 wishes. The first was to see who my Eleneshpia would become. I would say that wish has been fulfilled. Indeed, it has. For the boy who once shunned company has returned a somewhat sociable man, surrounded by wonderful friends. As his mother and mentor both, I couldn't be more proud. As for my second wish, that was to see all manner of nature that I had never seen before. I hoped to explore every corner of the world and there find thriving life. But I didn't even get to see all of Tural, did I? Never enough hours in a day, or days in a year, or years in a life.
Kafkiwa.
Oh, don't give me that look. Though, admittedly, I did go and spoil the mood. Apologies. What I was so poorly trying to work up to asking was this. I want you to help me fulfill my second wish. I have a good feeling about this place. There is so much here I've never seen before. I just know it.
We'd love to see it with you.
I thought you might say that. Thank you. Windspath Gardens is home to a collection of flora and fauna that once thrived on the continent. Like the rest of living memory, I haven't explored it in earnest. Controlling my vessel demanded all of my attention. But at long last, I'll get to meet the creatures here. Wrap things up with a perfect little adventure. So, shall we?
Absolutely not.
Finally. Fucking talk.
We're to grant you your wish, and then what? You'll leave. You cannot ask that of me.
Oh, Ellen Neshpir. Please understand. I just wanted to end on a happy note. Not only for myself, but for all of us. Better that than a sad goodbye, surely.
With your consent, let's begin our adventure. Naturally, while we go about this, feel free to continue befriending Endless. Be sure to absorb the delightful scenery. Careful, where you at? Can I go give you a hug, my guy? Oh, these are like, Elpis and Charlean rings. Agavoides. Timberman. I'm going to be sad to see this zone in particular change, I think. I think this zone is going to would be very useful for a lot of role players. Just like having hangout in. I guess they can do it in Elpis, but this is more colorful, you know? This particular garden is called Blooms of Discovery. Beautiful, isn't it? It's absolutely stunning. And they're all actual plants. They are indeed. These specimens were brought here hundreds of years ago for conservation, as a calamity had pushed them to the brink of extinction. Oh, maybe we'll keep the plants then. So this zone is like a great conservatory. Precisely, my dear Kryle. Here you'll find flora and fauna the likes of which no longer exist elsewhere. Doesn't the thought just set your heart aflutter? Aaronville, quick! Fill your bags! I suppose. I expect that some creatures I encountered outside of Toral may have cousins in this world. While I'm no expert on life in the reflections, it would make for an interesting study to compare them. Now, there's an idea. Leave it to my pupil to think up such. Here we have not only a world's traversing adventurer and a veteran gleaner, but a pair of Charlane's finest scholars besides. It's a veritable gathering of inquisitiveness, and I'm thrilled to be part of it. Begin with, I'd like you to scout out the vicinity and report back with any points of note. This would be a good opportunity to speak with the locals. They're bound to be familiar with the area after all. As Ellen Eshby has suggested, it would be interesting to compare the creatures here with those native to the source. I never ventured outside of Toral, so I look forward to your insights. Just leave it to us. I've only ever been to Charlane myself, but I'd like to think I know interesting when I see it. West. None of these are northwest. Oh, hello. What am I doing, you ask? Look up the trunk. See the plants within capsules? These are species that either can't survive in Windspath Gardens or would become invasive and disrupt ecosystems. The capsules recreate the conditions they require, from tropical to frigid climes, while keeping them isolated. In this way, any and all plant life can be preserved forever, just like ourselves. See a creature wandering about that resembles a trents native to the Twelveswood. The flower garden appears to be meticulously maintained, if not by Endless, then by machines. Do you know that even the water here is created using electrope? The initial product is too pure, though, and adjustments have to be made to the composition. So the composition resembles what's found in the natural environment. That's just one of the many things they do to create ideal conditions for these plants to thrive. I don't know what's become of the world outside the barrier, but I should like to visit a lovely spot such as this in real life. Speaking of lovely spots, have you been to the top of this lookout here? It's a great vantage point. There's even a food stall in case you're hungry. Speaking of plants... I'll be back. Oh my god. Did it. Collected all 3. And this is just since it's gonna regenerate anyway. Never have too many crystals. Oh, you can fish from up here. That's cool. Look out. No. Surprising. My ancestors aren't actually Alexandrian, but hailed from a place called Condepeti. They had some unique customs there. For instance, when greeting someone, you had to say "Lally-ho" in a spirited manner. Our settlement was also famous for a gigantic tree that grew nearby. It was so enormous that when you stood at its base, the roots covering the ground went beyond the horizon. The terminal here at Windspat Garden is apparently inspired by that very tree. The Life Tree, its name was. Kill Bill sirens. It may not be the real, but it's nice to have it as a memento for posterity. God. It feels so weird to have... Like, I've been, you know, obviously I've been saying Life a Tree this, Life a Tree that for a while, and then we have the whole, like, interrupting the cycle of death and rebirth, and such in the facility that reminded me of the Life a Tree, yada 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 yada. And then to have a separate, completely unrelated entity be, oh yeah, no, this is the Life a Tree. You know? I don't know. That feels weird. It's like if they forgot it's like if they forgot to put the Life a Tree in, and then they, like, backfilled it. Or, like, no, people will be sad if this is our only reference to Life a Tree. I don't know. I promise, I really am having a great time. I took time off this week, and I'm glad. I like being able to enjoy the back half of the story at my own pace. Ah, welcome back, Furor. Raw's just delivered to me a most fascinating report. You have some engaging impressions to share too, I hope? Well, that is all very interesting indeed, but I must say I am most fascinated by the ambulating trees. Well, there are similar creatures in Urkopacha. Could you tell me more about these trends as you know them? If there's 12 fluid where they prey among even wolves, there are various subspecies such as those with red leaves or an odd look. They like to hurl acorns at you, exploding ones. Is that so? Though it makes sense they would adapt to their environments in that fashion, I imagine they need careful management to flourish, such as having specific varieties of trees around them. Management of ecosystems. That calls to mind Labyrinthos, does it not? That it does. Lest you wonder, Labyrinthos is a storage facility deep beneath Charlene that contains a recreation of a temperate climate zone. Such a place exists? Amazing! By the by, did anyone also catch sight of a large scalekin? I did not. Large scalekin, you say? What does it look like? Nothing I've seen before, but it has a rodent-like form and walks on all fours. It looks like a rodent. Wouldn't that make it a beastskin? No, it's covered in scales, one that appear to mimic succulent plants. By that, I would definitely classify it as a scalekin. This is cute. I like this. Well, it's hard to say for certain without seeing it. Why don't you show me? Very well. It was in a flower field earlier and should still be near. Let's head over there then. When we find it, we'll see who's right. The two of you should come along too and lend us your opinions. Go on ahead, Farrar. I'll let the others know and join you. Leave that person alone. They're trying to enjoy the MSQ. There we go. The area. These didn't give the impression that it moves frequently. Oh, it's a shaman! You spot a beast resembling the Echivore you encountered in the first. That's the one there. I see, I see. At a glance, it certainly has the look of both Scalekin and Beastkin. Let's examine it more closely, shall we? Tell me your observations. It has deaf little paws. It has a pointy snout. It has a snooter. It's got a bootin' suitin' snooter. Indeed, such a snout would be well suited to feeding on ground-dwelling Vilekin. Having studied it, I believe that the scales upon its back are in fact a unique form of hide. Rather than being shed, it grows with the creature. You may be right. If we consider that along with its other characteristics, such as its face and hands, it is more likely to be beastkin, like you said. Physical examination would be needed to confirm this beyond doubt, but I'm satisfied simply to have seen it. Seems you alone were familiar with this species. Where did you encounter it? Oh, you know, on another dimension. The fairy kingdom of the first? Hera has been to the very edge of existence. He has seen life that others could only imagine. Amazing. Creation truly holds no end of mysteries. Oh, how I'd love to see them all. The life beyond the bounds of our star and play in both. Looks like we're having fun. Ah, hearing about the unknown never fails to rouse me. I felt the same way when Kettenram and Galuf treated me to tales of their travels. You met my grandfather too? Oh, didn't I already mention? It was when Galuf came to Terrell to investigate the Golden City. I happened to have business with Galul Jaja, so we met in Juli Hilal. Little did I know that the tiny babe he was cradling would return as you. To think that our paths has already crossed all these years ago. Not only yours and mine, either. Ellen Eshbia was there too, you know? I don't remember. It's quite fine if you don't. It was a baby. It was actually because Galoof told me about Charlene that I later urged Ellen Eshbia to take up cleaning. My fussy bun-bun was growing up dour and withdrawn, and it was when I was at my wit's end that I recalled your grandfather's story about gleaners. Seeing the world through their adventures would inspire a change for the better, I believed. I'm sorry I was dour and withdrawn. You ask me, you still have some work to do. But it's because you're that way that you're with us now, and I, for one, am grateful. Well, let's keep moving, shall we? There is a facility I've been wanting to visit. The Clara Museum of Nature. They're supposed to have creatures that take you on leisure flights. There's just one problem. It seems only 3 people can fly at a time. Then you and Aaronville should go. The rest of us still have plenty of other things we can do here. There's room for one more. Why don't you come with us, Ferrar? Alright, I'll save you from the awkward silence. I will make you talk to your mom, though. Then it's settled. The museum is at the bottom of the ramp that runs west of Lanode Aero. Let's come on. Yeah, definitely not making that. Depressing as well. Although now I have... You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna teleport here, run over to this fate. This one might get finished before I get there, but the boss slime should still be up. And that's what I'm hoping for. And then when I'm done, I can teleport back to your area. This area is kind of a pain to navigate, though. Not gonna lie. Which I guess is one of the reasons why I want this I'm doing this run to the Fade. Because I want these places to be less a pain to navigate once I have the faster mounts. I can jump over here. Oh. Right here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. nothing that a little tanking can't fix. Gadoosh. 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 I keep forgetting that there's like no music in these zones anymore. Keeps taking me off guard. It is, in a sense, the literal opposite of what they did with the Endwalker zones. Oh yeah, and I guess this will give me, this will almost certainly give me level 100 my warrior too. Nice little trade-off. Actually, wait. 900k? No, that'll just bring me to 23 million and I'll still be 700k down. Never mind. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah. I love seeing that 40k flip up. Direct hit, baby! Kadoosh. Your efforts have restored some small measure of stability to living memory. Which means I go where are you at? Hello, my friend. Aha. And now back to the quest. Alright, since I need to be lowered. Oh, this feels so much better. Like, it's a small change, but it really feels like... It feels very different. Northwest, huh? Ah. What are these? Oh, they're like electronic LED banners. Here it is. Clara Museum of Nature. Main building is closed due to the ether shortage, but happily, they're still offering leisure flights. And these are the fellows that will bear us. How adorable. Oh my god. They don't look capable of flight. Aha, come now. You know better than judge a creature by its appearance. This would be great. I just know it. That's ridiculous. Mewa Piara. Begging your pardon, but this is where we can go on. You can go on leisure flights, yes? Indeed it is. Bearing you will be our adorable Mewa Piaras, who are especially trained by our Turali friend. Just say the word and we'll send you up, up, and away. There you have it. Shall we then? You ready? Go ahead and mount up. The Mewa Piaras fly a set route, so you need only relax and enjoy the view. How exhilarating! I'll be damned. They really do fly. The way we're flying information, don't we look like migrating birds? Except we're on giant rodents. Speaking of migrating birds, the mallard is where your name comes from. Did I ever tell you that? That I knew, but I learned it from the shamaness, not from you. A migrating bird can fly anywhere it desires, even across oceans, distant continents. And you've done just that, my clever mallard. I thank you not to call me that. Oh dear, is it over already? Time really does fly when you have fun. What a joy to see living memory from up high. That was a wonderful experience. That was wonderful. An experience worth saving for the very end. You enjoyed yourselves as well, I trust? It was enjoyable enough, I suppose. For my fussy bun, that's high praise. I'm glad I invited you and Furor. Thank you for indulging me. If I could, I'd go for another 100 rides, but I must settle for the one. It's time we headed up to the Aero Terminal. When you're ready, make your way along path yonder. I'll find the others and let them know the same. Hey, Aaronville, my guy, do you want to talk? She's only a facsimile constructed from her memories. I understand this. When she's right there, as alive and spirited as I've ever known her, How am I supposed to do it? How am I supposed to erase her? Does she even know how it tears me apart? I think the thing I find weird, maybe not weird, but the thing that's like the friction that I'm feeling is that the story is both treating the Endless as important individuals, right? They're obviously autonomous they're autonomous creations with a full suite of memories, you know. They have some programming, but for the most part they seem to be fully realized individuals. But then it also turns around and it's like, yeah, but they're also not real. Like, hey, they're basically people, but they're not really people. And I feel like you gotta land on one or the other. You can't just like keep straddling the line of both. You either care about these people as if they're like real actual people, or you don't. I feel.
How delightful this has been. Not since my journey with the Dawn Servant have I enjoyed myself so. No, I'm selling it short. This was even better. And that's because I was able to share this adventure with my darling boy. Well, this is as far as I can go. As for the rest...
Just stop. You're doing it again. Deciding everything by yourself, and then disappearing.
Eleneshpia, you're my pupil, so you ought to understand. Everything that lives must one day die, and that which has died isn't meant to return. This is the way of nature. Mine is an unnatural existence, and I've suffered it only because I had to unmake this twisted mausoleum. But now that brave souls have appeared to whom I might entrust my mission, I may finally embrace the end. Can't you be happy for me?
How could I be happy?
I was actually quite scared, you see. Scared that I'd be trapped inside the barrier forever and denied the thrill of discovery for all my days. Your coming gave me courage and comfort, Eleneshpia. More than you know. And now here I stand, unburdened and free. In this moment, the happiest of my life.
This is something only you can do.
As you wish, Mother. I'll continue what you began. You were right, of course. Leaving home has broadened my horizons. I've met my friends and found this place. So I bid you leave your dreams with me. And no, I'll go where you couldn't go, and do what you couldn't do. I will.
Look at you. All grown up and dependable. Yet with so much more ahead. A world of experiences await you, each a lesson of its own. You may know failure and burning regret, but these too shall become beacons to guide you. So come what may, hold your head high and carry on with conviction. And wherever your journeys take you, keep me close to your heart, will you? I should like to be there, to see what I haven't seen.
You will be, Mother.
Now, run along. And never forget that you're my pride and joy. I trust you all can handle the rest. Take care, and farewell.
Alright, I got everything. I feel like we do this. Cut back here. Maybe a dungeon into the final trial. We'll leave this to you, Arendelle. I won't waver. Not anymore. You're ready yourselves, then so am I. Please keep the flowers, please keep the flowers.
That makes all of them.
All that remains is to wait for the meso-terminal to become vulnerable when it's about to initiate fusion. And then we strike.
Well,
Please be advised, we are entering the final phase of world bridging. Repeat, we are entering the final phase of world bridging. The ether of all residents will shortly be replenished. Be at ease. No action on your part is required. We thank you for your patience.
Wait, it's already begun?
not a moment too soon. It's as if she's saying she won't let us do as we please anymore. Through our time here, we've come to know what it is Fiend seeks to protect. That doesn't change what we have to do. Dawntrail. Carry out Kefkiwa's plan. It's our best chance at stopping Fiend. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt. We are all prepared, I presume? That goes without saying. Come, we head to the Meso Terminal. Alright, how barren is this place? Kept a lot of the trees and plants down here. Come on. Oh my god. And then yeah, the flowers are still there. Nice. I think what I'll do, given the time left, I will break off the recording when we're about to go into the dungeon. I'll start the next video with the dungeon, I think. I wonder how it's going to look, though. Feels wild. No good. It seems we can't simply shut down the Meso Terminal like the others. Not surprising in the least. My mother did tell us its defenses are tight. She also left me a means of circumventing them. A program that will send your souls into the terminal's memory banks. Okay, so that's what the dungeon is. Therein lies a virtual domain generated by Spheen's memories. So we would venture into this domain, and thence seek out and stop Spheen. If our souls are transferred in their entirety, dying in that domain would be no different from dying outside of it. There is no guarantee of safe return. Nonetheless, that is a risk we must take. we've already come this far, and I'll be damned if I'm going to turn back now. By meeting the Endless, I've gained a better understanding of Sphene and the burden she bears. I want to say a few things to her when we meet again, even if it doesn't make a difference. Whatever happens, we won't let Sphene walk her misguided path any longer. For those we've met to meet. I'll do all I can to provide support. Mother has instructed me on her program as well as the world within the terminal. I'll also keep an eye on your bodies while you are gone. Should it come to it though, I won't hesitate to call on our comrades outside. I'm acutely aware of my limits. Upon entering the terminal, we will most certainly meet with fierce resistance from its defenses. Then there's Sphene herself. In order to initiate interdimensional fusion, she said that she intends to erase her own memories. What manner of entity she will become as a result, none can say. And if she invokes the key and open portals to other worlds, she would have access to vast amounts of ether to bring to bear against us. We must be prepared for anything. Whatever we encounter won't change our objective, and it won't change what I'll do. Come, my friends, it's time to settle this. Alexandria now accessible. Good. Alright. We will be taking a small break here. Please make yourself comfortable, check your posture, hydrate, refill your drink, and we'll meet up again in a couple of minutes.